Ashley gave me a Claritin before we recorded this episode. And after I swallowed it, was like, oh, just so you know, it might make your brain a little fuzzy. So it's Ashley's fault. Welcome to Ducks Unplugged. 2 minds, 1 podcast, and 0 fluff. It's not just work, it's life, and it's definitely not usual. Let's dive in. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Ducks Unplugged. I'm Deanna Dolecki.
I'm Ashley Ruggieri.
And we have a great episode for you today. We are titling this one, Marketing What Ifs
I'm
Unplugged.
so proud that you've remembered the name.
I just read it off of my screen.
Cheater.
But thank you so much for the credit.
Cheater.
As everybody knows, I do not remember the names of the episodes that I name. So today we're going to do what ifs, and we're going to talk about lots of different marketing what ifs and some life what ifs. Mm-hmm. So things like, you know, what if we reimagined a brand for an unlikely audience? Mm-hmm. You know, something that's super weird and wild, right? What if brands acted like people? What would they do? Fun. We have some examples. If an iconic brand went in a totally different direction or didn't expand and stayed sort of where they originally started. Think Amazon and books, right? Yeah. And then we'll do some personal what ifs. Like, what if I had a different career? What would that look like? We wrote some questions for each other. Or I wrote. Oh, look at the look on your face.
I just brainstormed for myself.
Look at that.
Forget you.
All right. See, you were giving me grief for only child syndrome earlier, and I made questions for you.
Okay.
And then brand is a person lightning round. So we'll do like a rapid fire on if a brand were a person, what would their vibe be? Mm-hmm. You know, what would they be like as a dinner guest, right? Things like that. How would they dress, right? What would their style be? So we have some fun stuff that we'll get into, kind of a weird segment or two here, but we think is going to be really fun. So before we do any of that,
What the Duck
has to kick us off.
Let's do it.
So are you going to go first or am I going first?
I am happy to go first on this one.
All right.
My What the Duck is that a couple of weeks ago, my Uncle Joe went viral on TikTok for the Trader Joe's mini bags.
Oh, the pastel ones.
If people don't know what that is, Trader Joe's had a line of little cute mini pastel tote bags, and they were sold out. People were lining up down the streets to buy these things. They're on the resale markets for hundreds of dollars.
Stop it. No,
they're
not.
Yes, people have been trying to resell these tote bags.
Oh, my God.
And it all started because my cousin Natalie, who lives down in New York City, was walking past her local Trader Joe's, and the line was literally around the block.
The bags.
For the bags, for the mini tote bags. They were like $2 too, something ridiculous. And she called her dad, my Uncle Joe, who lives up here in Massachusetts, and he went to his local Trader Joe's. He bought one in every color, and he was so thrilled. He had the manager of the store take a picture of them. Natalie posted it on TikTok, and it has like 500,000 views.
My gosh.
Hundreds of comments. And
he has no idea. Like, does he even know what he did?
He knows because she's told him, but he didn't know when it was going to happen. And one random person commented and was like, "Oh, is this the Trader Joe's in X city?" And I saw him. I saw him getting his picture taken.
Funny.
So, yes, Uncle Joe
Uncle Joe had his moment. He had his 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah. Aww. So a random What the Duck.
All right. Did you get a bag?
No, I didn't get a bag.
Oh, okay.
But Natalie was up for a family party, and she brought it, and it was very cute.
Is he selling them, or is he keeping them?
No, he gave them all to Natalie.
Oh, is she selling them or keeping them?
She probably should sell them.
I mean, it sounds like she should at least sell one.
Keep one and then sell the other ones.
Yeah, or keep 2 and sell the other ones.
Yeah.
Make some money.
It was a cute little bag.
Yeah. I know. I saw them online. I did not get one.
No, I didn't get one.
I missed the moment in store.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's exciting for Uncle
Joe.
Joe.
A fun little What the Duck.
Right. My What the Duck is kind of a strange one this week. It's where did waterbeds go? Seriously, where did they go?
That's an excellent question.
Right? They were huge forever. I was talking to a friend about this the other day, and I'm like, oh my God, like they were huge in the 80s and 90s. Yeah. It was like you weren't cool if you didn't have a waterbed.
Yeah.
And they're just gone.
They were like, no, we're done messing up our backs.
So here's the thing. I did a little research.
Okay.
So Would you like some stats? Some waterbed
Absolutely.
stats?
Yes, I would.
So in the 1980s, 1 in 5 beds sold in the U.S. was a waterbed.
Wow.
That is a lot of waterbeds.
A lot of waterbeds.
Right. And they were marketed as sexy, space-age luxury. Hugh Hefner had one wrapped in a leopard print.
Oh, it's a neutral.
It's definitely not a neutral. And today, they're literally 0.5% of the market, the bed market. They're
Well,
like extinct. We've made waterbeds extinct.
I think people probably realize they're really not good to sleep on.
And they're heavy. So that's the research said. It's like, so like they were so heavy that they were like breaking
people's houses.
Yeah. Yep. Or like
Also-
landlords wouldn't let you have one because they were just too much of a safety concern. I also saw the too wobbly, the full wave models made people seasick or disturbed,
Oh my
obviously.
gosh.
Like this, have you ever slept in one? Like
No.
if somebody moves even a little bit,
You're moving.
you're like, it's like you're on a boat.
That would be
so,
bad.
So anyway, I thought that was interesting. You can still get them.
Okay.
You can.
If you really,
If you really want one.
want a waterbed.
But yeah, that was sort of like a what the duck. Oh my God, where did they go?
I could
What happened?
never have a waterbed because when immediately the first thing I start thinking about is that
gonna
water
pop.
is trapped in there.
Oh my God, with the trapping of the
And
germs.
it's just-
So wait, you think there's like water bugs in the water
I
bed?
don't know.
How would it get in the?
I don't know.
It's sealed.
Does the ceiling and the plastic start to deteriorate over time and then like the water gets gross? Like what are you sleeping on?
You're not drinking it.
No, but you're still like I can't. I have a problem.
You really do have a.
That's
problem.
where my brain went first.
I mean, I don't want to put other thoughts in your head, but like,
Please don't.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No, I want to be able to sleep.
Okay. So we're gonna have our producer Cindy. Cindy, you get to vote this week. Who gets the what the duck?
No pressure, Cindy.
I'm sorry, but it has to be the water.
Like where'd they go? Right?
The water bed.
Where are
I
they?
actually owned one.
You
Cindy
did?
owned a
When I got
water
there,
bed.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
She loved her water bed.
Why'd you get rid of it?
I think just from moving and
It was heavy,
Too hard to
right?
move.
and yeah, we just
It wasn't the water bugs that you thought were creeping out
This is a
of
me
holes
problem.
that don't leak water but leak bugs. No.
It's a me problem, guys.
Okay.
I'm aware.
All right.
I'm
well,
self-aware.
thanks for the win. Send.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
on
much. But I
your
am
win.
excited for Uncle Joe. That is.
It was really
a
fun.
moment.
It was
It was
fun
his moment.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So let's head into the marketing what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we'll start with the sort of reimagining an iconic brand went in a different direction. Did you pull together examples for
I
that?
did.
I did also.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll start with one and then you can. All right. So what if
Great.
McDonald's became a wellness brand? Do you think they could do it?
Oh,
Would anybody believe it?
no, I wouldn't believe it.
Like, I feel like I won't even get a salad because you talk about bugs and germs.
At that point.
That actually concerns me.
I think when McDonald's started, they could have forked in that direction because it was supposed to be about fast but quality.
Yes.
Fast burgers, quality burgers. But now
They're
it's
too
fast
far
food.
in.
It's real fast food.
Right. It's
I
like
don't
they
think that
slap
they could do
apple
it.
slices on the menu to say it's healthy, but like,
Although Albie loves those apple slices in the kids' meal.
so there's probably
Something
something on them that's
that's
not
true.
healthy.
Something about the
Yeah.
McDonald's apple slices.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't think that they could make the shift
I
to become a
don't
wellness brand.
think that they could make the shift.
Okay.
One of mine was Harley Davidson as an eco-conscious brand.
Oh, yeah.
Hear me out on this one.
Okay.
They already have an electric motorcycle.
Okay.
And right now, Harley as, the big
Yeah.
old
Big
motorcycle.
old with the puff of smoke and
you're like, your uncle owns one and he's always like tinkering with it and then going on long drives and he's wearing his leather jacket.
Yeah.
They have the infrastructure for e-bikes. Tesla and electric vehicles are such a big thing. Why aren't they branding their electric motorcycles to these people who are already interested?
Well, because I think the whole brand is about being like badass and
You could still be badass.
but
in a
I feel
different way.
like that takes a little bit away from it if it's like an
You
electric
could,
badass.
No, you put on your vegan leather jacket on your electric motorcycle.
It's a different market,
And
perhaps,
then
that's buying that now.
Go and do your little ride over to Whole Foods, grab your salad from the salad
They're going
bar.
to like the barbecue or bar. Like they're not going to
if you're on
the salad bar at.
well, no, the new brand,
Oh, the new
eco-conscious
audience.
brand audiences.
Okay.
I think that they should think about that.
Okay. I'm sure they will. Not.
They have one already.
about that.
That's it. They have a model. They have electric motorcycle.
Okay.
But you don't hear about it.
Because it's not taking off because there's not a market for
What
it.
if it could?
Maybe, why not you get one?
I don't think that they would have done the R&D around it and actually produced it if they didn't think that there was a market for it. I'm just surprised that they haven't tried to push
Actually
it more.
market it.
Yep.
Right.
I'm not coordinated enough to go on a motorcycle.
Have you ever ridden one?
No, absolutely not. I know my limitations. I can't ride a bike. The last time I tried
can't ride a bike?
No,
Like a
the last
bicycle?
time I tried to ride a bicycle, I fell sideways into a
There's
car.
literally a saying that says it's like riding a bike.
It's
you can't
not
forget how to
for
ride.
me.
Okay.
That's not my saying. Nope.
Could you ever ride a bike
When I
you were
was
little?
younger, yeah. They also say if you don't use it, you lose it, and I lost my ability to ride.
Do you have a bike
bicycle.
here? Like, I need to see you try to ride a bike.
I had one and I gave it away.
God, we have a list of stuff to do.
Yep.
All right. What if Duncan became because we know I have to talk about dating apps on every episode. What if Duncan became a dating app? You swipe by coffee preference. Like you look for your compatible morning vibe coffee drinker.
I could be on board with that.
Okay.
Or you're swiping and then your first coffee date is at a Dunkin'.
At a Dunkin',
At your
yeah.
nearest Dunkin'
Right.
locations.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dunkin' could have a little section of their stores and they could set
From
it
the
up.
first meets?
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
Yes. And then you go up and you get your coffee and you go and you have your little coffee date.
I
And
love
then
it. I love it. Maybe if you make a match, you get like the next coffee free.
a free donut after 2 p.m. You get a free match after 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Whatever
Although
it
everybody's
is.
going to be like, oh, I don't eat donuts, even though they do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because you're on your first date, right? So you're like,
Maybe this is an opportunity to show your true self and your true colors.
own your donut.
Own your donut.
All right. Perfect.
Done.
What else do you have?
Amazing. Levi's being a sustainable jean brand.
Okay. We had a theme here.
Sustainability
Okay.
and ego. Yeah, that
Okay.
was my theme for this. Because that's what people are talking about right now.
So what is not eco-friendly about jeans?
They need to lean into it more because Levi's is recognized as the first blue jean brand. So they're the
Yeah.
OGs of blue jeans.
But this might be stupid, but like, what is not eco-friendly about denim?
It's not that it's not eco-friendly. I think Levi's should be playing up the fact that they are the original brand
Okay.
and that you don't need to be going to other brands of jeans because
okay.
you should come to them.
The classic nature of it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
It's sustainable, it's quality, it's been around for a long time, and they need to lean into that more
Okay.
so that more people buy their jeans.
I don't really see a lot of do you see a lot of advertising
I
for
don't.
Levi? I don't either.
Again,
Yeah.
that's why. And
Yeah.
they're one of the OG ones. So maybe like a buy less, buy better type of message from Levi's or a story around the brand origination.
Okay. All right.
And then they get more people to buy.
Okay. I like it.
We have less fast fashion jeans.
Yes. And Levi's still one of the more affordable in quotes, but affordable jeans
Yeah.
too, right? You're
And
not
quality.
buying like sevens that are like $150, right? Or
Correct.
whatever. What if IKEA sold pre-furnished, so everything was put together, tiny homes?
Oh, yeah. Why aren't they doing this?
I know, right? I feel it's like that's a super missed opportunity.
It is an absolutely missed opportunity.
And tiny homes are all the rage.
I think they don't do it because of the zoning. Because where do you put the tiny home? Because if you're going to put a tiny home in my backyard,
Yeah, you do need to own the property.
you have to own the property. You have to hook up whatever,
Yeah.
sewer, electric, and then that's a whole town thing.
I literally read an article, I think yesterday, somebody, I'm completely forgetting who it was, but some millionaire, billionaire spent $4 million using of his own money, building like a community of tiny homes for a homeless population in the area that he lived.
That's wonderful.
I know. I thought that was so amazing.
That's very nice.
I know. But you could get them at IKEA.
And he could buy them from IKEA.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can technically order a tiny home from Amazon.
Like built?
It comes in whatever containers, and you have to like pop the walls up and put the roof on.
Pop the walls
Literally,
up?
I think
that
if
feels safe.
You kind of like lock them into place. You like.
All right. That feels a little.
I'll find the article for you.
I couldn't even put the mic together, so I'm not sure.
It wouldn't be for you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Did you have any other ones?
I didn't. No.
Me either. I did. Oh, look at us. All right. So imagine if brands acted like people.
This was so fun to think about.
So if Google went on sabbatical and took a vacation, like what happens? What breaks first?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
This is what happens. Google is, we know, hyper organized, always on top of things. They are exhausted.
They are.
They are so tired.
They're super tired.
They need a vacation.
They've also collected a lot of money to take a nice vacation.
They don't know how to go on vacation.
Right.
They don't know how to relax. They don't know how to rest.
Yep.
And they're on the beach. They're absolutely checking their emails. Their spouse is yelling at them to stop looking at their emails.
Okay.
And they're just so desperate to figure out how to relax that they end up saying, okay, well, at least I'll read a self-help book because it's kind of like relaxing, but I'm still doing
still
something
learning.
with my mind.
They're like the retired person that actually doesn't retire and they just like join a board or something. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
So what happens to the rest of us though? So if Google goes on vacation, we can't use Google.
Maybe that's for the better.
Can you imagine a world where Google didn't exist for a week?
Not right now, but I would love to see what would happen.
What would you do?
What would I do? I would have to rely on my brain more to look for the answer for things and not just Google it. I would go to the library and look things up if I had to.
Library.
You'd have to go on Yahoo
Yeah. Yahoo.
or Bing.
Yeah. Is there still like an Ask Jeeves?
I don't think
Did Jeeves
Ask
retire?
Jeeves. I think he retired.
Okay.
He's
All right.
reading a self-help book.
He's
on the
reading a
beach
self-
somewhere.
Not
But he's
with not
got
as much money.
He's got like a pina colada though.
Okay.
He's more self-aware that
Okay.
he needs to relax.
All right.
And
Okay.
then, there's a lot of ancillary services from Google too. So, I mean, people wouldn't be able to make phone calls. People wouldn't be able to send work emails in some capacity.
Seriously, it would like shut down the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe that's not a bad thing.
What if Facebook went to therapy?
Facebook.
What do you
needs
think
to
it
go
would
to
realize?
therapy.
What do you think the therapist would tell Facebook?
Facebook is holding on to the past.
Okay.
It's bringing up memories from 10 years ago.
It's definitely
It's asking you to connect with people who you have not seen for 15 years.
right.
It is trying to remind you of the good old days because Facebook never graduated high school.
It's not moving
in
you
its
forward.
mind.
Yeah.
It's not moving forward.
It's not moving forward.
It's still talking about prom.
Holding you back. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
There would be a lot of like deep inner child work at therapy for Facebook.
Okay.
That's,
All right.
Yeah.
Right.
Facebook should go to therapy.
Facebook. All right.
Everybody should go to therapy.
Everybody should go to therapy. I am a huge
Yep.
believer in that, but
Yep.
I hear you. You feel strongly that Facebook needs.
I do think Facebook
Some
needs
sessions.
a
Yeah.
couple of
Yeah.
sessions.
Yeah. Well, we're doing an episode coming up on collab, so you could have Facebook and what's the Better Health.
Yep.
Yeah. They could do a nice collab.
Yes.
Yep,
That
yep,
would be
yep,
a really good one.
What else you got?
What about Nike? Nike
Okay.
is the motivational coach.
Yes.
They are the friend that asks you to go on a 5 a.m. run.
Yeah.
They are the person who is at the party reminding you that you have the 7 a.m. Pilates class the next day
And,
not to
and
drink too
shaming you
much.
not to drink too much, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They're pushers,
No.
to reference something from Mean
A health
Girl.
pusher.
A health pusher.
They're a health pusher.
And they're really trying to get you to push yourself in the best
To
direction
do better.
for yourself.
Right.
And you like that about them because they're vibey and aesthetically cool. But sometimes you're like,
No, like you just let me
give
have the
a
drink.
break,
Yeah, I don't want to
please,
get up at 7.
Nike.
Right.
I'm going to wear my athleisure to the bar
Right.
and not to Pilates.
Okay. All right. I like that. Did you have any other specific ones you'd want to talk about before I
I had one other one that I
Okay.
had fun thinking about. Lego.
Oh, I love Lego.
Lego's the creative kid
Yeah.
who grew up and never stopped being creative.
I can't even with how excited you are about
Yeah.
this topic.
I was thinking about
you
this.
love the subject.
Because if it was Lego, he or she would be looking around at all his friends who are stuck in the day-to-day grind, the 9 to 5, and they would just be on a whole different path. And the creative would be flowing, and they'd be building out their future or whatever innovations. were
Yeah,
in
it's
their
like
head.
a creative engineer, basically. Yeah.
So Lego,
I like that.
Lego would have a lovely little life.
I think about some of those jobs sometimes. Like somebody has to be the like person who samples and smells the candles before.
Yes.
Or they like play with the toys before they're released,
Yes.
right? Or they eat whatever, right? Like
Or they name the nail polish.
they name the nail polish.
That's the
That's
job I
a great
need.
job.
That's my future job.
That's
when I
kind of
retire.
yeah, like that's like I feel like that's in that same vein.
I won't join the board. I'll join the namers of the nail polish.
I don't think you can join it. I think it's like an actual job.
Yeah.
What's your experience? Why would they hire you?
I think outside the box.
Okay.
I have some.
You gotta
time to
work on that,
it.
yeah.
I have a little bit of time to work on it.
Yeah, I would add a
I
little
was
bit
too
more to
busy
that.
thinking about Lego
Okay.
to think about nail polish,
All right.
if I'm being honest.
I'm so sorry. It is a bit of a shift. Let's reimagine some brands for like an unlikely audience. So some of the ones I wrote down were, let's make Crocs work for Wall Street.
How are we doing that? I'm not closing that idea off. I'm just
Okay.
curious on the how.
I don't know. That's what we're talking about. So if we had to make Crocs for Wall Street, how could we? I mean, you're on your feet a lot. If you're in the,
You're on
what
your
is it called?
feet.
If you're in the, I don't even know what that's
Wall
called.
Street?
Like when you're in that room where they're all like
Like the
sell
NASDAQ?
by, like on the floor, on the floor. Jesus.
We totally
So-
know finance stuff.
Seriously, on the floor. So, in fairness, Ashley gave me a Claritin before we recorded this episode, and after I swallowed it, was like, "Oh, just so you know, it might make your brain a little
Fuzzy.
So it's Ashley's fault. So,
You're welcome.
on the floor. That's hard work. You're on your feet a lot. It's going and going and going. You need some comfortable footwear. Everybody says Crocs are made for all day wear,
Okay.
comfort. You could even get little, what are they called? The little charms that go on
gibbets.
the gibbets.
The gibbets.
I mean, we could make some
I
quality gibbets.
little
For the-
calculators.
yeah, exactly. Money.
Small
little
cell
money
phones.
sign.
A little mini Patagonia vest gibbet.
If you could do a collab with like Croc and like a super high end brand, that might get them.
Yes, I was going in a different direction in my mind with this. So I think the Croc Wall Street collab would happen by accident.
Okay.
And I think it's because there would be some very high level executive partner brought in who was maybe a little quirky and eccentric. And one day he would just wear his Crocs to the office. And then there would be a ripple effect down.
Yeah, they'd make fun of him at first.
No, they wouldn't.
Oh,
it
you
would
don't
be
think
like,
so?
oh, if
He can do it, I
he's
can do
doing
it.
Like,
Yeah.
whatchamacallit from Mean Girls, Katie Herring was wearing army pants and flip-flops, so I wore army pants
Yeah,
and
yeah,
flip-flops kind of vibe. Your daughter would make so much fun of me. I've had multiple Mean Girl
You
references.
really talk a lot about it. Yeah.
I think it would be an accidental ripple effect.
Okay. I mean, people wear sneakers, business executives wear sneakers with suits.
Well, if you're talking about Wall Street bros, it's
So-
all the Patagonia vest guys.
Right.
Roaming
So
around the
I feel like
financial
there's a way to
district.
make it happen.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here.
Crocs
Crocs
are
for Wall
next.
Street.
I was thinking about what if Disney did adult-only parks and different types of entertainment, no kids allowed.
That actually sounded dirty the way you just said it.
I know.
So I don't
Yeah.
think you mean that, do
no,
you?
No. Get your mind out of the gutter. Like
You
literally,
said adult only. It sounds like
no children.
okay.
Literally,
I'm just dang.
non-kid. So you'd go to amusement parks and there would be no kids.
Okay,
And
that
you could
sounds
have different
amazing.
types of shows and different types of like higher end restaurants.
We could do our old people clubs. So like the clubbing starts
Exactly.
at 7 and it ends at 10.
Correct. Yes.
That would be great.
Yes, and you just wouldn't have to deal with the family dynamic of it
Yeah.
for the people who really love Disney but don't necessarily want to go. And
I like that idea.
have
Like a
all-
mini
all the
park,
kids
a mini
around.
adult park,
Yeah.
not adults only. Let's rebrand
Like
it.
adults.
No kids.
Adults. Just the adults.
Right.
Disney for adults. I don't know. I'm making it worse.
G-rated still.
Yeah. Maybe PG-13 because there's no children.
All right. A little. We could have a sexy ride. We could do something fun.
Sure.
Okay. Minnie's letting her hair down.
Yeah, Minnie's just going out to the club.
Okay. Do we think REI could be rebranded for indoor people, not outdoor people?
Oh, I'm the perfect person to ask this. No. What are they offering me?
You feel like shutting down all my ideas.
But what are they offering me?
That's what I'm talking. Live brainstorming, Ashley.
So this is what they'd have to do.
Okay.
They'd have to be more like a Patagonia. Because I feel like Patagonia leaned into the apparel portion of it. Obviously, they're an outdoor brand, but I can go get a cool zip up and feel good about it.
Yeah.
I don't see anything like that at REI.
But you
where
could have what about indoor camping, like indoor family night tents? You could camp in your living room. You could. What about some real quality bedding?
bedding.
Yeah, something because they have a lot of camping gear, right? They could have different, more efficient cookware, right?
Okay.
You could do so, right?
I think that they would need to elevate their indoor brand for it to be successful.
Yeah.
Because REI, when I think about it, I am 0% outdoorsy, by the way. But when I think about it, like, that's the real people who camp.
Oh yeah, those are like yeah, totally.
You go, that's the things
Those are
you
the
need.
hiker, the heavy duty,
the real
like
people
yeah,
go to
yeah,
REI.
Yeah,
That is not me.
the real people.
So I'm just having a hard time of how would that brand then fit into the brands that I choose to bring into my house.
But I think I just helped you do that, didn't I? A little bit.
A little bit, but I would need to see it from them. I would need to see some brand building around
Right.
around their product offering.
I think that they could come up with a line of some sort that could be for people who don't like to be outdoors or don't like camping.
Cookware vibe.
Yeah.
What if it started with cookware for outdoors, like grilling?
Like grilling. Yeah. Yeah.
And then we migrate inside.
Or you could do like, think about renters, right? Like people who have apartments, like they miss out on a lot of that because they don't have the space. So maybe they could come up with sort of more renter, apartment, living, grill.
Because some
equipment.
apartments are like camping, especially when you're younger.
Right.
No
right.
frills, no heat,
No heat, no
AC,
laundry.
no laundry, nothing.
It's true. It's bare
You
bones.
might as well be camping
That's
because
right.
the view would be better.
But this is also very true. And it might be cooler outside than inside. What else do you got?
What if Apple went into home appliances?
Ooh.
And they took the whole, their products are so sleek and connected and modern. And what if they did that in the home appliance market?
I like
So
it.
it had like really sleek refrigerators, toaster ovens.
Yeah.
And then they could do the whole interconnected thing.
Yeah.
So when milk went into the fridge and milk came out of the fridge, you'd be like, oh, you need to put milk on the list, and it would go right to your phone and automatically
so smart.
populate a list.
Some, I don't have one, but some refrigerators have like a screen on it too.
Yeah.
So like maybe you could like scan what's in your fridge and feed you recipe ideas.
That would be awesome.
That'd be
if
cool.
Apple would do that.
Yeah.
Like if anybody can do it, it's Apple.
It's Apple.
So,
Yeah, no, I like that
Apple
idea a
for
lot.
Home appliances.
I think Sephora or Ulta needs to double down on the dad market or the male market. They have like
interesting.
some product lines, but they don't market it. A lot of men like their products.
Yeah,
A lot of metrosexuals out there. Let's go. Love it.
Yeah.
So I think that they need to do more marketing around that
They
because
do.
I think men enjoy product more than we realize.
I think that they don't like to go in and ask though.
Right.
So that's the problem. Maybe could you do like preset packages for
Yes.
somebody?
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
you could just come in and it's like, this is your first time skincare package.
And do
It's
it
a
all
cleanser,
online.
a lotion.
Like let's
yeah.
make it.
Order
Maybe it's not even in
online.
store. Like you do it. Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
sent to the
you-
house.
Right. So you don't have to walk in.
Yep.
Oh, I like that.
That could be a good one. I
And
would get on
wives
board
or
with that.
partners also buying it for.
Yes.
Right.
Like, here, honey, this was
Or like
from Ulta.
teenage sons, like they're dirty and gross.
There's a whole market on
Yeah,
that.
there's a market there.
Yeah.
Although it does require them to use it.
You can't control that.
No.
Once you hand it off,
No.
then you're
Yeah.
you're done for. My last one is, what if GoPro became an extreme travel and adventure agency? Because they have
that's a
all
great like they
the,
like
tech and
adventure
the,
packages, like
Yes.
travel packages.
Yes, and part of it you could get a GoPro along with
Comes
it,
with
like
it.
comes with it. But it already seems like a brand that goes to such extremes with people. Why not offer some extreme experiences? And then
Mm. Yeah.
you get a lot of user generated content too.
I love
that you
that.
could feedback.
I love that.
So GoPro would be a fun one.
All right, I'm with you on that one. And then I had some random what if questions, just general questions.
Okay.
So what if every product, like what would happen? What do you think? If every product had to come with a warning label that was written by its harshest critic,
Ooh.
would people believe it? Do you think it would? Or like if you want something, you
No.
want something. So
I
you'll,
think if you want something, you want something. I also think it's tough to look at reviews because when was the last time you left a review because you were so happy with something?
Right, it's
But
true.
when is the last time you left a review because you were not happy with something?
right.
You don't-
Unless you were incentivized, right?
Correct. And
Most
then
of the positives
throw those
are,
out the
yeah,
window
right.
because,
Right,
somebody's getting something for it.
right.
So I don't know that I would believe it.
Okay.
I think it would make it harder to choose though, because you'd have that nagging little thing in the back of your head.
It's something companies should probably think of, not to put on the label, but to think like collect those harsh so that they can make sure that they're factoring in their biggest critics and the sort of negatives of the product before
Yeah.
they, one, build it, or two, promote it and market it.
Or figure out how to make it better.
Yeah. Yep.
Some brand research work.
Yeah. So optimizations.
Yes.
Yes. If ads didn't exist,
No ads.
nope, you couldn't advertise. How would brands survive? Could they survive?
It would be a more localized economy.
It's all like word of mouth.
Yep, it would be super hyper local.
Yep.
It would still be more small businesses, or there'd probably be a couple of bigger businesses that could figure it out.
Survive. Yeah.
But it would be local
That you
by
just
local.
see, you
by
just happen to
small.
see, or
Yep.
somebody happened to see in the
Yep.
community.
Yep, or word of mouth from your local
It's
community.
just a weird thing to think of, right? Like if marketing just went away
It literally used to be like this back in the day.
back in the way back day. Yeah.
We were churning our own butter too, though, so we have evolved.
You feel like you would have been a butter churner?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Okay.
What other option
You
would I
go
have?
without butter. I mean, I'm not sure. It would require you to own animals.
This is why I live in this time period.
Okay. You'd need
I
some
wasn't
form
meant-
of butter
It
production.
wasn't meant for the other ones.
Okay. All right. So before we switch over to
Sometimes I'm like, well, why does my brain go in these directions? I'm so scared for myself.
it's all the Claritin you're taking. That's what it is.
It is.
So if we had different careers, if you had to pick another career right now, not as a kid, like
Yeah.
right now, what would it? Oh, you said this earlier, didn't you?
I would love to be a teacher.
That's not the answer I was expecting.
When I was younger, I thought I was going to be a lawyer.
Okay, that I can see.
And then
That
as I
tracks.
got older, I was interested in being like a museum curator.
Okay.
And now
My mother did that. Do you
I know
that?
that.
I know.
And
It's the coolest thing.
when
Yeah.
this is what it was meant to be. I was meant to be here.
Yeah,
Because when I learned
yeah.
out that fact, I was like,
Yeah, it was
Oh
cool.
my gosh.
I kind of grew up in a museum. Yeah.
yeah. I would love to be a teacher, though. I feel very inspired.
What would you teach?
I would teach younger kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the thought of being a teacher because you're influencing not just what people learn, but how they can shape themselves.
Like how old? Like elementary?
Elementary,
Or okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Before they get kind of mean. You know, when they're still younger and mean, but you kind of shake it off because they're young.
Okay. All right.
I'd be a teacher. What about you?
I think I'd be a really good event planner.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would.
I think I could throw some pretty epic, and I love the details and all the like logistics.
Yes.
And I'm not sure I could stay on budget. That might be a little challenging. I'd
That-
need a range.
yeah.
Yeah.
That
Like a
would be your
contractor.
problem.
I would need some sort of slush fund.
You would be the ideas person, and then you would need the admin person to do it for you.
Oh no, I can do it.
But
Oh,
like
on
to
budget,
say, like,
yeah.
hi, Deanna, here are 4 options that are in budget.
Yeah.
Pick yours.
I mean, I could stay on budget if I had to. I just
wouldn't
wouldn't
want
want to. Right. So I would just present options within budget, and then I have another idea,
But
but it might cost you a little bit more money.
you
right?
would be great at event planning.
I would love that.
Deanna plans epic company meetings
And-
for
and-
our agency.
And I enjoy it. And I imagine our CFO would say I don't stay.
I can't
On budget?
imagine that he's thrilled when he sees the expense.
No, we're
Reports
responsible. Yeah. What's a job you think you'd secretly be amazing at?
Oh gosh, that's a hard one.
I know. I'm not sure what I would say for myself
Wow, you're really putting me on the spot here.
either. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I kind of do a little bit of everything well.
All right.
Like I have the wherewithal to figure it out.
Yeah. You're a
So
good problem solver.
If there's something that needs to happen, I figure out how to make it happen.
Okay.
So I don't know.
All right.
I'm gonna have to think about that though,
Okay.
because now it's gonna bother me that I don't have a good answer.
Okay.
What about you? Flip it right back at you.
I just said event planner, so I can't say.
You cannot say
I
it
can't
again.
reuse my
No,
answer.
You can't reuse the answer.
I think something with animals. Oh, I'd be great. Those people that go and they work at this, like play with the animals in the zoo. Do you ever see the reels with the panda people?
Oh.
I want to be a panda caretaker.
Yeah, I could see that for you.
I would be so loving.
Yeah.
And I would love all the animals.
Yeah. We met this lovely lady at the San Diego Zoo, and her job, she was a volunteer there. She's retired. Her job was to stand by the orangutan enclosement
Yeah.
and answer questions for people, or go up and ask them how their day was going and offer them a fun fact about the orangutans.
Yeah.
And I was like, what a great job.
Yes, I could do that.
She was so
I think it's
happy.
there's like a docent or something like that.
was
Like
so happy.
it's like I would do
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
So I feel like I could be
I think
good at that
you
job.
would be good at that job.
Yeah. Okay.
Nicely done.
Thanks so much. What's a job you absolutely couldn't do, even if your life depended on it?
Something with math. It's like an actuary.
Okay.
I would not be good at that.
Why? Just because it's
I'm
boring,
not
or
great at math.
well, you probably shouldn't say that.
That's
Out
why,
loud.
That's why we QA and double and triple check all the Excel sheets that I put together for our company. I'm not delusional enough to think I can do it myself on the first pass.
I think you are good at math. You're really good at looking results and everything like that.
That's different types of math.
Okay.
Like the true math.
So
I couldn't balance a spreadsheet. Your
right.
credits have to equal your debits or whatever that saying is. Okay. I went to a business school. I think I'm saying it wrong.
Yeah, okay.
No, your credit. I'm going to have to text the group and ask them after my Bentley friends.
Your math group.
And my Bentley friends. And they're going to be like, you idiot. Did you even graduate from college?
That's all right. I hope they're a little nicer than that.
They probably won't be because we've known each other for so long.
Fair enough. Yep. Filters go. Filters leave. So I think that there's many I think that I would not excel at. But one that comes to mind is a valet.
You cannot park your car.
I cannot park a car.
No.
I cannot
You should never be
park
a
a
valet.
car. No, I don't think I would be good at that.
No. Okay.
Yeah. And nobody should let me drive their car. Probably.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't.
I'm a decent driver. I just can't park.
Oh, you can't park a car.
I can't even park if it's like no spots around, like nobody's around me, and I'm like, oh, I got this, and I still am not.
You're very self-aware about it though, which is great. So you don't put yourself in the situations. You get a car service, a taxi.
I just
an
hit
Uber.
a cement wall at the hospital, so I do put myself in some situations.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a couple forced.
yeah. Did you ever want to be something else when you were little, besides a lawyer? Like when you were little?
When I was little, I don't think so. I think I've always been very practical.
Okay.
I'd never wanted to be a ballerina.
I
or
wanted to
anything
be a
like that.
solid gold dancer. Do you even know what that is?
Yes, I
Okay.
do.
I wanted to be on solid gold.
That would have been fascinating for you.
I don't think I would have made it far.
It would have been a different trajectory of life.
Correct.
We wouldn't be sitting here today.
No, we wouldn't. And I probably would not still be a dancer. Although you never know.
You never
Maybe I
know.
could have been one of the celebrities on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, totally.
Not the celebrity, the
dancer.
yeah,
absolutely.
professionals,
There
the
you go.
pros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think I ever had things like that. Like, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be a ballerina. No.
You just wanted to be a marketer?
A lawyer.
A lawyer.
No. And then in business.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm so glad we've helped you realize your dream.
Very
Because you do a
practical
little bit of legal in your role now.
I do.
Yeah. So
I
this is
play
where you go to
a
make
lawyer
dreams
on
come
TV.
true.
Yeah,
Blue Duck
Blue Duck
Agency.
Agency.
Yep. So if we thought about brand as a person, if we want to sort of keep going with that theme, and who would they be and what would they look like?
I had a lot of fun with this one.
I know, I can tell. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, Taco Bell.
Ooh.
Who's Taco Bell?
Fun.
They're fun.
Yeah, I think they're fun. They're down to party. They're throwing a lot of parties.
Yeah, you're calling them for a good time.
Yeah.
They're your ride or die.
Yeah.
You're going out together.
They're popping a lot of like Gaviscon or something in the background too.
What
a little
is Gaviscon?
Pepto-Bismol.
Gaviscon.
I don't know.
What?
It's
Never
like
heard
a
of that
tummy
before.
thing. But they're off in the side and they're popping. They're popping some. They have a lot of stomach issues.
They have stomach issues.
Yeah.
That's key.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what Gaviscon is. Gaviscon. Okay.
I didn't know that.
It's effective if you ever have stomach issues.
That's good.
Yeah. So what else?
I did their tagline. I did taglines for my brand.
You
brands,
are.
too.
Oh my god.
What would their dating profile say? I had a lot of fun with this.
Okay.
So if Taco Bell had a dating profile, it would say, "Let's make bad decisions together and then laugh about it at 2 a.m. Looking for someone who can handle my spice."
Oh my god. That's awesome.
Right?
Oh my god, I love it so much. Okay.
All right, next one. Patagonia.
That's come up 18 times already. All right.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to, but
yeah,
I
let's
feel
do
like
it.
I did it.
No, I got to hear the taglines now.
I mean, so Patagonia
Obviously
is
very fit, outdoor,
outdoorsy,
athletic.
sustainable.
Yeah.
They're an environmental consultant by day.
Okay.
And on the weekends, they go mountain climbing.
Okay.
This is their
They
dating
definitely
profile.
live in like Seattle or one of those areas.
They're
for
very
sure.
well dressed, too, for the amount of outdoor activities that they do.
Okay.
They always look on point. This is I can't handle this. I have to not laugh at myself. Their dating profile tagline would be, I'm passionate about the planet, hiking, and living minimally. Let's go on a nature walk and leave no trace together.
Oh my, do you see your face every like
When I tell you,
look on your face.
so much fun
can't.
coming up with this. I had poured a glass of wine.
Oh my
I was
God.
thinking about my brands. I was giggling to myself. My husband was like,
You
she's
are
lost it.
Pleased as punch with yourself. Really
They're so fun.
What else you got?
Okay. Okay. Let's do. Oh my God, I'm crying right now, laughing at myself. It's so embarrassing. Chevrolet.
Okay, random.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I went all over the place. I did have ChatGPT give me the brands, so
Okay.
that I would have to,
So then you had
do
to
a
think
little
about
bit
it,
more work and think about it.
All right, so
I'm-
they're like, they're American.
An all American.
Yeah,
We're
they're
all
like
American. We're
they
very
got the trucker hat.
practical.
Yeah.
There's that sense of nostalgia. They're definitely a mechanic.
Yeah, they're a mechanic. They're
Their dating profile would be looking for someone who appreciates a well-built engine. Let's drive cross country and see where the road takes us.
I can't with you. I'm gonna make you do a couple of taglines on the spot.
I have to stop.
Okay. So let's do but you need to do it on the spot. So
Okay.
Mountain Dew.
Oh man.
They are
Dating-
wound up. Yeah, they're very hyper. They have a lot of energy. They're bouncing around.
Oh no.
What's the dating app tagline?
Oh god.
Ashley.
This is gonna be bad. Don't just stop at do the do. Like do me.
Oh my god. And go to our adults only Disney park. Oh my god. Oh my
literally
god.
crying
I
right
can't.
now. Oh,
Do you have any? Well, that's a good note to end on. Do you have anything else?
I have so much, but I don't think we can continue on.
Okay,
I'm
we'll
not-
save it.
I'm
Save
not
it
gonna
because
make it.
this needs to
I've
be
cried
a part.
off all my mascara.
I- I need to hear the others, so as does our audience. So we'll have to loop back at some point. But
Okay.
this was fun. This was a good episode.
Was
so
it fun?
It
I'm literally crying.
was fun for me. I mean, I don't know. But thanks for diving in, everybody. It was a fun episode. And send us your ideas. Tell us what you
Yeah.
think. See if you think any of these things are
What's your brand's dating profile?
yes. And do you think Ashley's crazy? So let us know.
The answer is yes. You don't even have to answer.
Bye, guys.
Bye.